What we're going to talk about in this video is what makes up a good estimate and how you can go about creating a great estimate for your lawn care business. Hey, what's up guys? One of the things that I struggled with whenever I was first creating my lawn business was how to write a good estimate. You know, everybody can put down a price and kind of what we're going to do, but I've learned that to create a good estimate, there's a couple things that need to happen. Okay, the first thing that I would tell you about creating a good estimate is that your estimate should sell. Okay, really it is kind of like a sales pitch, you know? You're not just writing down the stuff that you're going to do, you're writing a detailed plan for your clients, you know, on how you're going to do such a good job for them. You know, if it's lawn mowing, you know, don't just say lawn mowing. You know, in your estimate, you know, you should be itemizing, we are going to mow with a professional mower with sharp blades. You know, talk about that. We're going to string trim everywhere that our mowers will not reach. Whenever we edge your property, we are going to edge your property with a metal blade edger. We're going to blow off not only just the debris that we create, but we're going to blow off all your porches and all the hardscapes on your property. We are going to be completely thorough in our lawn mowing service, okay? So I'm going to show you kind of like just a general outline of an estimate that I use here for lawn maintenance, and you can kind of just look through it and maybe take away some key points. I would encourage you, you know, don't just copy this, you know, not because I'm worried about you copying it, but because, you know, I really want you to think through, you know, why did I say the things that I did in this particular estimate? How can you implement it in your business to create something that sells, okay? So again, that was just a basic lawn mowing estimate, and the thing that I want you to think about is don't just say lawn mowing. Let's talk to the client about what we're going to do. The second thing that I would say in a basic lawn mowing estimate is that you need to kind of have some disclaimers in there, okay? You need to be able to tell them, hey, this is for recurring service, you know, of a yard that is in good condition on autopilot. This is an estimate that I'm sending for a normal mowing service. Look, I can't come in there, you know, and do a property that's going to take, you know, 3 hours of cleanup with leaf work and it's just overgrown. I can't do that for $50. And most people, they understand that, but occasionally, and I tell you, you will run into that person who y'all had an agreement that it was going to be $50. You didn't physically put eyes on the property, you just took their word for it, and then you show up and their edges around their sidewalks have not been edged out in 2 years, you know, and you're spending probably 2 hours there with a shovel getting it right. Now look, nobody's going to go there and just do that for $50, but it does make for an awkward conversation with the client. And the way that you can protect yourself is by having a disclaimer in your estimate that says, hey, this is for recurring maintenance of the turf. You know, this does not include plant bed work. You know, this is not valid for one-time services, okay? So really think your way through, you know, a detailed estimate. The reason it needs to be very, very thorough, and this is point number 2, is that it covers your butt, okay? Back whenever I was a law enforcement officer, there was a saying that we had. It was called CYA, and many people know that means cover your ass, okay? And it wasn't just something that we said, it was true, because if you did not document something, if you did not write it down, it did not happen. And it's as plain as that. And what being detailed in your estimates allows you to do is if there is ever a disagreement about something, this is really more applicable when you start getting into little landscape projects, hedge trimming projects, mulch, exactly where you're going to put the mulch, like sod, how much sod you're going to lay, exactly where it's going to go. The reason you want to be so detailed in that is that it provides complete communication not only to your team, but in the event that you do not meet the client's expectations because y'all were not on the same page, you both can go back to the estimate and it's clearly there in the scope of work, okay? But here's the kicker. It's that responsibility, it falls on you, okay? It does not fall on the client. You know, they might just kind of breeze through your estimate and then hit approve and then the project's scheduled, but they're expecting one thing and you have said something completely different. You need to make sure that the estimate you are providing says, hey, we're going to pull weeds that are close to the flowers or the plants that we can't spray. with our backpack sprayer, but everything else we're going to spray and kill out because it's more economical for you. If the weeds are like, 1 inch off the ground, we're not pulling those, we'll spray those out. We'll pull large weeds here, not over here. Sod, exactly where the sod is going to go. Landmarks on the yard. We are going to go right to the edge of the retaining wall. We're going to hit a 90-degree edge right off of that, and we're going to go all the way back to the pool pump. Guys, that has saved me a couple times. I recently had a job where a guy thought that we were going to push the sod out a little bit further, but I was very clear not only in our verbal walkthrough of the job, but in the estimate that I sent and that was approved. It clearly said exactly where we were going to be laying the sod. And when he had asked about it, I already knew in my head because I reviewed the job notes before I even stepped foot on there. But I was able to pull it up, and I said, well, it's okay. So let me just double check and make sure. And I'm saying, yes, sir, right here. This is what we had talked about. We said we're going to put the sod to right here. And I'm happy to do more for you, but that was the agreement that we had for this particular job. And they really don't have a leg to stand on. And again, it's not that you're trying to get over on anybody. You are providing them with a very, very high level of service. And the most important thing that you can do, guys, that clients appreciate is excellent communication and being detailed whenever you are talking to them. A bonus thing about writing a detailed estimate is if you are outlining and itemizing in your estimate everything you're going to do. A client just might say, clean up yard, okay? Well, what the heck does that mean? Go down into your estimates and say, hey, we are going to cut a new edge on this entire yard. We are going to spend extra time mulching down, raking up leaves. We are going to weed eat all of your plant beds, which we don't normally do. You have a terrible plastic border that's falling apart. Let's just go ahead and remove that. We're going to remove that and get that out of there for you. We're going to spend extra time in the backyard, picking up all these limbs that have fallen down. There's just you get the point, guys. There's countless ways that you can convey the amount of value you want to give to your clients. Guys, quick recap: write your estimates that sell, and write your estimates in a way that are very, very detailed. It's going to cover your butt. It's going to allow you to charge more when you are itemizing those items and show the client how much work and how much value you're actually going to provide. It only happens whenever you, the business owner, are very, very thorough and put more effort into your estimates than cut grass, clean up yard, trim hedges. Get detailed on it, guys. I hope you absolutely crushed your 2022 lawn care season. I got another video coming up on how to price this year. I think you're going to find it very, very interesting as we are navigating this crazy, crazy time we're in with inflation. Y'all stay tuned for that one. Take care and God bless.